Hi, it's Tiffany, and good morning. It's Thursday, and it's week 7 of being on a stay-at-home quarantine, shelter in place, whatever you want to call it. We have our ups, we have our downs. This morning, let's just talk some truth, right? Yesterday I cried. How many people cried yesterday? Like, it happens. We get to these places where we reach for what we knew as normal, or what normal is different for everybody. That's the other thing we have to realize, right? Normal for me was a rushed schedule, hecticness, never being home, traveling all over the United States, talking to people about their gut. Normal was my kids in private school from 7:30 in the morning till 3:30 at night, then with a nanny until 8. Normal was always being on, always smiling, always looking like I'm healthy even when I'm not. Normal was this life of what I thought everybody wanted to see. So my question is, what is normal for you, right? What was normal for you? And one of the things that I loved and I'm doing myself right now is I'm working through a journal program called soul coaching, like getting back to your authentic self, finding your authenticity again. And it's something that I think we all need to do over and over again, right? We can find our authenticity, we can find our authentic self, and then we can start back in life, and life can take you somewhere else. And then you need to come back and say, what are my core values? What do I really want out of life? What is my purpose? Where am I headed? Am I on track, or do I need to change again? And do I need to shift? And the uniqueness in this time and these weeks that we've been at home, right, with our immediate family or our roommates or people that we live with, is that we've had time to think. We've had time to keep saying, I wish it was normal again. And then to say, what is normal? What is normal? Normal is my coworkers making random noises, right? Or constant interruption in the middle of work meetings, or I noticed yesterday one of the people we know as friends, but also as regular coworkers, her daughter is turning 3 in a few weeks, and normal now is, because she's a single child or an only child, is doing what her parents do. So getting a laptop, sitting at a table, and she thinks that's socially normal, right? I cried yesterday because the new social normal for celebrating somebody's birthday is to drive by their house and honk and not actually get out, hug them, or tell them happy birthday in person. And that really just got to my inner being. And I was like, there is something wrong with this. We need to be able to connect with other humans. We need to be able to have community outside of video. And I don't like this, but at the same time, I don't want to go out in the world. I don't want to catch this crazy virus. I know my compromised immune system and my 4 autoimmune diseases will not like the virus. And so normal, in finding normal, is a great, excuse me, a great place to start. Oh my gosh, Monday morning, I think, maybe it was Monday, maybe it was Sunday, but one of my mentors and coaches actually said, what did you learn in the last 6-7 weeks? And one of the things that I realized and I reflected on was that normal for me meant having a crazy morning. It meant getting up, rush, and then every morning, no matter what time it was, telling everybody we were late, whether it was 7:30 in the morning or 8 o'clock, we were late. And it was just because, I don't know, everybody was always late, even if we weren't late. And what was normal was this idea that we had to be out of the house by 7:30 every morning to go somewhere that really didn't start till 9 o'clock. It was getting into traffic. Just this craziness that we put on ourselves. And the next question that my mentor coach asked was, well, how does it feel not to have that now? And I was like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. I don't have to set an alarm clock in the mornings. I can get up and shower if I want, or not shower. I can do my morning workout. Sorry. I'm like, it's spring. It is not the virus. So normal is being able to journal, being able to meditate, starting my day when it wants to start or when I want to start it, right? And choosing whether I'm on the phone for a conference or I'm on video for a conference, and having more freedom in my morning. And her third question was, well, what are you going to do differently when the world opens back up, right? And it's not that the world is closed, but we pretty much were staying in. And I was like, I'm not going to rush in the mornings. I'm going to keep this morning peace. I'm going to keep this stillness. I'm going to keep this time. And I will decide when I show up if I even want to go into a corporate office, right? I coach people. So if I want to do it remotely, that's my business. If I want to go sit with them in their office or see them in action, then that's fine. But I'm going to make those decisions. I'm not going to put it on myself just because society says, oh, you coach corporate people, you must be in the corporate office, right? No, it's going to be my decision. And I would encourage you, as we are in week 7, to look back, right? Because we've had enough time of it being different to look back at the last 3 years, the last 5 years, and what is that normal that you're seeking? And just because everybody else wants it to go back to normal, do you want it to go back? Do you want your life to be the way it was, or is there something you're doing now that you want to take forward with you? Yesterday on Facebook, I posted, I'm on Facebook and Instagram, by the way. Yesterday on Facebook, I posted an article talking about how immune boosting is one of the things that we have to do, right? Because there's like these 3 things right now are counter solutions, countermeasures. There's potentially a vaccine that's coming out that could take another year, who knows how long before it's approved. There is the idea that you could do herd immunity, which means that you just open up and let everybody experience the virus and hopefully get immunity to it and not suffer. And then the third aspect of what people can do potentially, right, they're saying, is lock the borders and allow nobody to travel and to like get the virus out of those boundaries. But then you have really tight border control. And these were the 3 suggestions from an article from The Hill. So an article coming out of like Washington, D.C. But there is actually a 4th thing that you can do. And this was also talked about in the article I posted on Facebook. And it is to go back to real food, to go back to getting nutrients in your body, nutrient dense in your body, getting all of your vitamins, your minerals, your antioxidants, all of the things that your body needs at the micro level, right? The micronutrient level, to build up your immunity so that you're not necessarily, if you do come in contact with a common cold, or you come in contact with the flu or something else, right? Somebody else this morning, I read their child has mono and they're actually so grateful it's mono and it's not COVID. But at the same time, mono is Epstein-Barr virus, by the way, so it's never goes away. Once you have mono, it lives in your liver for the rest of your life. But it won't kill you. You just have to learn how to live with it and how to change your diet, no matter what age you are. So it's basically an autoimmune that's not labeled autoimmune. But how do you get your body so that you can have optimal functionality, so you can have an optimal life and a life that you love? This is the second component. So the first component is, what are you going to change, and what is normal going to be for you, and what can you do now about it, right? There's things that were in your normal that you probably don't want. The second thing I want to talk about is this idea of nutrients, this idea of supplements, this idea of focusing on having the healthiest you. And I will definitely give you a little history. So yes, I have 4 autoimmune conditions. And in reality, some of my autoimmune conditions, hey, I'm assuming that's Josh from Elias. Some of my autoimmune conditions should not let me have this life that I've had. They should not let me travel. If they were actually flaring, I should be on a whole bunch of pharmaceuticals and medications, and I should be having a colonoscopy every 6 to 12 months, and I should probably have less of my colon than I have. And I mean, just like my autoimmune conditions should highly affect my life, and they don't, because I choose not to let them, right? My endometriosis is stage 4. If anybody knows anything about that, that means that it's growing all over the inside of my body. It's all over. It's in my lungs. It's in my intestines. It's everywhere, right? It's even in my skin, by the way. But I don't choose to let that control my life. Same thing with my celiac disease. If I was living in the scarcity fear mindset, I would not choose to eat out at restaurants. I would choose not to travel. I would choose not to go where there's not a bathroom in case I had an episode. I don't care. I choose to live my life with this grand adventure, as my daughter calls it, right? This idea that I can go out and I can explore and I can do what I want because I choose to feed my cells what they need to have optimal health. I choose to eat more vegetables. I choose to have collagen in my coffee. I choose to be dairy free. I choose to live minimally sugar, right? I choose not to really have a lot of sugar in my life. These are choices that you can make as well. You can choose to wake up in the morning and have a smoothie or a green juice or something high in vitamin C and feed your cells first thing in the morning. You can choose to move to an organic non-GMO coffee so that you're still getting the properties and the antioxidants from the coffee, but not the chemicals. You can choose to have more vegetables than meat. You can choose to have no grain in your life. You guys figure out what you want. If you need help figuring out like what is best for you and your life and your health, let's talk. Like, I got time because I choose what I'm going to do with my time. And one of the other things I read last week, which I absolutely love, and I will leave this as my last like third little piece of like takeaway information because, oh my gosh, this just hit me and I love it. If you choose to replace the word spend with invest, you will live your life differently. So a lot of us would say, I got to spend my time doing dishes. I got to spend time helping these homeschoolers. I got to spend time, whatever, laundry, whatever it is that you got to do now. Spend time cleaning my own house again, right? What if you changed your language and you get to choose to invest time, right? To invest your time. You get to choose to invest in your children's education. You get to choose to invest in what they're learning and the way that they're learning. You get to choose to invest in respecting and cleaning your own home. You get to choose to invest in what you read in. You invest in your food. You invest in your health. And if you truly want to invest in your health and you want a coach to help you, call me because I would love to invest my time to help you get healthier. So 3 things I would say if you're watching this video, pause it now, go get some paper and just like unload your brain in your journal, whatever's coming to mind, and write it down. All right. Have an amazing Thursday. You guys, I would love to hug you all. Truthfully, I miss the human interaction. I miss the giggles. I miss just all of it. And we will get it again. God will allow us to have community, a real community where we can hug and touch and just, be around other humans. So it will come. It might be delayed. It might be slow, but it will come. So have an amazing day. Reach out if you need some help. If you need prayers, we're here. And like I said, I'd love to invest in you. Bye, guys.